What's up, Pisces? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so thrilled to have all of you here with me for your mini tarot spread in honor of this full moon in Pisces that we are having. Happy Friday the 13th. I'm wearing my monster shirt. It seemed appropriate. How auspicious that we have a full moon on Friday the 13th, the harvest full moon. I love it. We are headed into autumn soon, which is exciting. One of my favorite seasons. So anyway, welcome. We are going to do a tarot spread for you. These are going to be general messages. Not everything I say will resonate with everyone out there. That is the nature of general messages. So please come into this with an open heart and an open mind, but ultimately it is up to you to take away the messages that you feel are for your best and highest good. You will know intuitively what those are. If something seems off or doesn't seem to fit your circumstance or scenario, you can release it. You don't need to take on that energy. Okay, Pisces? I said to Capricorn, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life. I love that expression. That being said, messages sometimes take a few days, a few weeks, even a few months to resonate. So if later down the line it does, that is fantastic. That means it was your message. We are going to have fun here today. Hopefully we get some clarity and insight for you with this full moon. It's all about what we can release, what is no longer serving us, and ultimately what new cycles need to be embraced. So we're going to look at those specific matters in the spread for you and hopefully give you a little bit of clarity, insight, some encouragement, some inspiration. That is the point of the tarot spreads I do. It is meant to encourage and inspire you to take power, take command of your own life, and go after what it is that you really want. So everything you need to know will be in the comments down below. Let's hop in for you beautiful Pisces. Love my Pisces squad, love my water signs. So what needs to be released? Well, there it is, the devil. And I just mentioned Capricorn too. I'm sure that was not a coincidence. Some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn. I'm going to clarify it immediately, just so I go down the right path here with you. So 3 of fire. Waiting for your ships to come in. Interestingly enough, for me, what I'm getting from this is waiting to be released in some capacity. Waiting to be released potentially from a job, some sort of like dictator, or someone who you feel has power over you that is controlling. Almost like if we think of a ship as bringing imports, of bringing goods to you to or from, like across the ocean. This is all, I'm speaking in metaphor, of course. It's almost like there's interference. It's like they're getting in the way of you receiving the returns, the goods, the money, the cash flow. It could also represent maybe an unhealthy love relationship or dynamic, but it's like you're not getting the return or the reward that you were seeking. And with the 3 of fire, it's the 3 of wands. It's waiting for your ships to come in. There's you've made some sort of strive or put action into some sort of endeavor or path or journey, be it in the career field or with someone, where you've been down the road long enough where you're expecting to see some sort of change or some sort of reward or some sort of even light at the end of the tunnel for those who've been in a job where it's like, 2 more years and I'm going to get that big fat salary. There's something that's blocking it. And I am sort of getting a person, and I mean, in this card, it's specifically like, hey, it's the devil. It could be a Capricorn. It could be a fire sign you're dealing with. We'll pull one more clarifier and see what we can get from it. I am sort of understanding that some of my Pisces are meant to go off on a journey on their own. They are no longer meant to be bound to a person or a job or a specific, I will say like toxic energy or toxicity even. I don't even know if it's a person or a place or a thing. You're meant to go off on your ship alone, and rather than waiting for the return, some of you're being asked to muster up the strength to just go after it. Just go get it yourself. Stop, even in a very simplistic term, if we take out the whole idea of toxic people and toxic energies, this could simply say that you've fallen into the pattern of waiting for things to come to you, Pisces. This is asking you to raise your vibe, to really step into your power, particularly in Virgo season, right? That's all about putting in the work, putting in the effort, doing the work, doing the service, chasing after potentially your dreams yourself. And I don't mean to sound this condescending, but I'm saying it simply because this message is relayed. Your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, they are not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be condescending, saying that you're entitled. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there's something about this. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be rewarding. The fact that you had to step up and like take the reins, I'm almost getting like charioteer vibes, like you're having to balance the dark and the light energies. And baby, there's a lot of dark energies with this devil coming up. It just means that something or someone is getting the best of you. It's almost suffocating your ability to vibe really high. But Pisces, this is your full moon. This is your moment of all times for you to be able to harness that energy and live in this like, I'm using this in a positive way, but this like fantasy dreamer state of I can do anything, I can accomplish anything, my hopes and my dreams are valid, you know, I am creative, I am this, I am that. Hell yes. This is the best time for you to harness that energy and like beat the devil at its own game. No longer are you bound to a specific person or even being like kept underground, maybe something being kept a secret or suffocated, or even your emotions, Pisces. This could very much represent you not being your true version of yourself, feeling like you have to wear a mask at work or with your family, with other people, pushing something down so that it doesn't come up to the surface, like up and out. You're not being true to yourself. You're a water sign. You live, eat, breathe, sleep emotions. And while, you know, it's very common for people to shit on that and be like, oh, you're oversensitive, you're over that. No, like, screw that. Like, you're amazing. The fact that you are so in tune with your emotions, that's beautiful. That is such a rare gift. It is a gift, Pisces. So the devil energy could potentially be someone telling you those things. You're over emotional. You're overthinking it. You know, you're too sensitive. No more, Pisces. You're stepping into your power, and I think you're going after what it is that you really want, because it might just be that you realize the person or people or situation that you're in or with, they're certainly not helping to usher in those bigger ideas, those dreams, the return on all your hard work and effort, all the degrees, all the years of studying, all of maybe the hours spent on your skill, your trade, your hobby. It's finally like your moment to shine. Literally the full moon, it's your moon that's shining, right? In an otherwise dark sky, you are the light, Pisces. You are like center stage. You are the focus. It's time for you to like step into your own light, radiate your own light, if you will, and raise your vibe and like, I'm just getting beat the devil. That's going to be a little bit different for everyone, but something that it feels like a burden that's been keeping you down, keeping you bound, not allowing you to be the truest version of yourself. Even like the idea of self-doubt, lacking self-confidence, lacking self-worth, that's the devil rearing its head. It's time to push past that, and maybe for some of you it's literal travel, it could be, but there isn't waiting here, there's action. With wands, you are pushing forward, and in your natural element, right, on like this little sailboat, you're going through water to achieve what you want. I take that to mean you're going through the emotions. You're experiencing the pain, the heartbreak, the excitement, the joy, all the emotions associated with leaving this devil behind, especially if it is a love relationship. It's not going to be easy, right? Maybe there are some codependency issues, right? That's clearly depicted here. These are the lovers, right? There might be love in this relationship, but it's not progressing you forward. So there's something about having to wade through the waters, wade through the emotions, for better or worse, to land at your destination. All right, we're going to move on because we're already at 8 minutes. What do you need to embrace? I can't help but notice I'm holding the Hierophant here. Commit to it. Commit to your path. And potentially spirituality. This is the card of, I'm so sorry, Pisces, my camera froze. What I was going to say with this Hierophant is, interesting enough, sometimes it is the card of tradition. Sometimes it is the card of like long-standing, not so much legacy, but falling in line with the group, conformity. I think conformity is what got you into trouble in the first place. Conforming, or I don't even know if that's the right word. Conforming to fit the barriers or restrictions that this person or this job or this environment put you under. It's like you had to change and transform yourself to meet the expectations maybe of this person. And as I was saying, you weren't being true to yourself. I'm actually taking this Hierophant to be, yes, commit to your path, but commit to your true self, to your spiritual path, to your calling. This might be about rejecting the group, rejecting tradition, because look, the Hierophant is the leader. He's commanding the lovers, if you will. And it's really interesting. It's almost like God and the devil. I'm sort of getting that energy. It's like you've been suffocated, you've been suppressed by some very heavy energy, whether it's a literal person or like the metaphor of your darker self. This is you raising your vibe. Spirituality may play a huge role in your life, but you're commanding the room now. No longer are you the one suffering and being under the rulership or dictatorship of this unhealthy or toxic person, relationship, whatever. You're the guiding light now. You're the beacon. You're the lighthouse, spreading the word, right? To the group, to the communities, etc. Being a spiritual leader of sorts, it's almost like you're showing by example. I don't know if that's the right term, but what you're doing is actually very brave. It may not be the traditional path that your family has followed, or that someone in your specific career field, you may be breaking the rules or like the guideline, if you will, of how you're supposed to go about things. You're a little rebel. I'm hearing David Bowie's Rebel Rebel. I love that song, Pisces. I'm into this energy. I think you are going to beat the devil. Some of you are already in this energy. Some of you have already metaphorically set sail, but you know there's that little temptation of some sort of, I do want to say like old pattern or behavior that's popping up and triggering you. This is very much a card of triggers, and keep moving forward, keep sailing on. Now I'm hearing, what is that song by Styx? Come Sail Away. I'm sailing away, set an open course for the virgin seas. I like that. Virgin, it talks about purity, holy, something untouched, something very innocent, pure, uncharted lands or territory. You are straying from the path. Again, it's rebellious. It's not the tried and true. It's not the worn out traditions. It's new. It's virgin. Like a virgin. I love it. All right, cool. So what do you need to embrace, Pisces? Justice. All right. So a card of Libra. This is a card of Taurus, by the way, and we said Capricorn. So that might be strong in your chart. You may be dealing with somebody, Aries as well. Balance and harmony. A head over heart decision I sometimes see with this card. Transformation as well. This is card number 8, which is typically the card of strength, Leo, but in this deck it's justice. So maybe the number 8 is significant to some of you. Maybe you've been in a job for 8 years or been in a relationship for 8 years. Maybe your birthday falls on the 8th, or what would be the 8th month? August, potentially. It doesn't have to be that, but underlying energy is the Queen of Air. So what's rooting this need for balance is the Queen, who is very confident and very skillful in the way she communicates. In a higher vibration, and it is double Libra energy, I will say. So there may be a key player in your life who is a Libra that you need to embrace, that you need to hang out with more, that you need to seek information and ideas, or just maybe spiritual support from. In a higher vibration, though, the Queen of Swords makes very logical decisions based on fact, based on knowledge. Again, she makes head over heart decisions. You know, sometimes she can be the Ice Queen in a lower vibration. She can be the BITCH card, because again, she can be quite cutting with her words. She can be cold-hearted, but that is in a lower vibration. And I'm not necessarily sensing that unless that is someone you're trying to move away from. I'm almost getting like very dominant mother energy, if that's the case. Someone who's maybe kept you bound throughout the years under the guise of love, and I'm protecting you and I'm trying to keep you close because I'm looking out for your best interest. It actually wasn't serving you, if you're resonating with that. And I feel like this is actually like a little side message. There is something about breaking away from the home or family traditions or family. It could literally just be your home. Maybe some of you are moving away for the first time, going off to college, you know, getting your own place for the first time. That's not gonna be for everyone. Could also be an ailing parent who is very demanding of your time, and something about they outwit you or they outsmart you. They know just what to say to get to the heart of the matter in a very cutting way. It's interesting. When this first presented itself, I was like, oh no, this is like a higher vibrational queen. But the more I'm kind of, I don't know, the more I'm picking up on this card, there is something that is a little bit ominous about it, or a little bit fear. I'm getting like a reaction of fear. It's like this person knows just what to say to put fear in your heart, emotionally manipulative. And I think this person, because potentially an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they are so quick-witted on their feet. They dance around you with words, and again, their words are very cutting. They know, Pisces, that you do take things to heart, that you are incredibly sensitive and in tune with your emotions and the energies around you. So it's like this person has to say very little to be able to communicate a whole lot to you. There's a need to balance it out and maybe separate yourself from this air sign, to follow your heart, your callings, to transform your life into, well, basically new beginnings, new cycles, right? I can't help but notice she's like a butterfly here. So that speaks to me about the idea, almost of the card of death, transitions, you know, the caterpillar to the chrysalis to the butterfly. Some of you are already the butterfly, but you haven't broken free from the cocoon. There's some sort of rulership or dictatorship over you. Wow. Is this the same person, I'm wondering? Is this devil energy and this Queen of Swords, is that the same person in your life? Capricorn, Libra energy, it doesn't have to be, though. And so if you're not resonating with this story of, I am getting very strong female vibes. You may have a father who's a Libra as well, but if you're not resonating with the story of the controlling parent or, you know, guardian, or even someone at school or a boss figure, this could also mean that you, Pisces, are being called, again, to raise your vibe and step into a place where you can make very precise and very precise and specific decisions where there's no wiggle room. There's no room for, I'm gonna do this, but someday, like I'm gonna go after this job, but first I have to. It's very direct. It's very precise. It's pinpointed, almost like it's been written in ink. You are, again, this has to do with commitment. You are being asked to commit to the plan of finding your truth, of potentially fighting for justice. Maybe some of you have been involved, I don't know if it's a court case, but in some sort of scenario where you felt like you didn't stick the landing, or you did not end up in victory, like victorious. Some of you may be involved in some situation where you're trying to right the wrong of maybe a missed opportunity. I really think that's more what this is speaking to. It doesn't really feel like a legal decision or court case. For some of you, again, if it resonates, take it. But I'm getting righting a wrong of the past, some sort of missed opportunity. You're being asked to fly. I mean, there's an owl here, a wise owl, right? Speaking of the idea of the mind, the intellect, your mental capacity. Your ability to move forward confidently, wading through the emotions. I'm almost getting, yes, you're going to experience waves. You're going to experience those ocean waves crashing time to time. Again, that devil energy coming up to like test you, to trigger you. But look, it's calm waters right now. It's up to you to maintain those calm waters. And this is speaking metaphor of your internal. What's going on inside of you, Pisces? You're a water sign. You're emotional. Again, that is a beautiful thing. Don't let anybody ever tell you it's not. But right now you're being called to make decisions that are more based on in the mental plane than with your emotions. You're being asked to think logically, the data, the statistics, the details, because that's going to help level you out on this next journey, this next chapter that you're writing, you know, metaphorically, right? You're closing out some old cycle where you were bound, where you were either holding yourself back or being restrained by some, you know, outside party. This is a spiritual calling for you to rise up and move forward, to right the wrongs, to rebalance the scales. Huge Libra energy. And look, bottom of your deck, 8 of Cups. I'm not even going to put a clarifier on that because that's what this is saying. This does involve taking a risk. It's leaving behind what is familiar, what is the status quo emotionally. There's a huge risk in leaving something behind that is familiar. It's scary to go off into the unknown, but that's why this is such a great card for you, Pisces. It's a card of bravery. It's facing the unknown the unknown territories ahead. It's, you know, getting in your boat, packing your stuff up, and knowing it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Settle in. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, right? Isn't that a Betty Davis quote? That's sort of what this is saying to me, but you're doing it anyway because you know intuitively with that moon, there's something greater ahead for you. Again, you are the full moon in Pisces. So what is your advice or guidance? The Magician, absolutely. You have all the tools you need to create the life that you want to live. Very basic things that you've probably had most of your life available to you. I'm almost getting, don't take it for granted. If you're going off on this new endeavor, you may be in a mind space. And again, this is devil energy coming up, that you don't have everything you need. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough means to make your way into your dream career, to find your great romantic partner. But you do. That's what this card is saying. The Magician uses all the aces, right? The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, Swords and Wands, using them all his powers, his faith, his spirituality, his intellect, his feelings, right? What am I missing? His money, but also his work, his skills, his expertise, mixing those all together to create some sort of like magical potion. He's the Magician. It almost seems like out of thin air, a rabbit will appear out of the hat. And that rabbit is representative of whatever you're creating, whatever you're wanting to put out into the world on this new journey. And I mean, the full moon is all about cycles. And I mean, just with this wheel, it almost reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune. Also, I mean, the zodiac signs are very prevalent here too. So I don't know if this talks about whatever you're creating, it's going to appeal to a mass group of people. Lots of different, I just heard subcultures. I don't know why that word came out. Lots of different, different groups, maybe different generations, different ethnicities, different genders, different, I don't know, maybe you're putting your word or your skills, your talents, your business out there, even your love. Maybe you're going on dating apps for the first time and, you know, everybody's swiping right on you. Is that the right way? Swiping right. Something about mass audiences, mass appeal. Worldwide success. Maybe you're going on the internet, right? And you're launching your website and all of a sudden you're getting crazy amounts of hits. It's not going to be for everyone, but your advice or guidance is keep being the magician and harnessing that inner magic. I mean, that's really what it is. Manifesting whatever it is that you want, it has to start somewhere. It has to start with the idea, the spark that lights the fire. Keep stoking that fire. Let it burn. Let your light burn bright for all to see. Because yeah, before there was no, if you were trying to build a fire underground, let's go with this metaphor, there's no oxygen there. There's no oxygen to let it breathe. Some of you need space and distance from a person. That's very much coming up here for me. Maybe from a marriage. I mean, as I said, this can be the card of marriage and tradition and rebel Pisces. You're not settling for the status quo for the tradition. This is not settling for status quo. This is going off into the deep depths of the unknown. Clarifying the Magician is the Five of Wands. So some sort of internal conflict or potentially conflict with a partner. Something about outwitting or outsmarting someone. I think it's really what your person, if this is resonating, potentially what your person was doing to you. They were making you feel very conflicted about how to move forward in this relationship or in this current job. And there's something about whatever you gained from this lesson or this experience, you've taken something from this environment of strife, potentially an argument or disagreement, again, at work, at home, with family, and realized you can take something, some skill or some sort of motivation or inspiration from situation A and bring it to situation B. It's like, I can make my own damn fires. I don't need you here constantly like on my butt, nagging me about this and that. It's like, I don't need you. I don't need this. I can make magic on my own. Hell yeah, you can, Pisces. I like this. It's really empowering. You're leaving the conflict and strife behind. This is very much starting of a new chapter, and I will say what's right in the middle of this card. The Magician's tools are all of equal importance, but specifically in this card, if you look in the middle, it's a cup. It's love. It's emotions. It's you, Pisces. It's your water. You're a water sign, right? Your water, I'm sorry, not your water, your love is going to be your inner guidance system, but the way this card is, it is asking you to balance your heart and your head. Both those two factors, your cups and your swords, are what's going to help you achieve success when you go off into this new venture. Some of you may be going into a completely different career that you have very little experience on, but you just know intuitively you are destined to cross the oceans and do this. Maybe some of you are traveling to some unknown destination, but even like I'm getting something about like your ancestors or your people, wherever your great grandparents grew up. Some of you may be crossing the ocean to go to a different country to like visit the homeland. Something about that is going to be very inspiring to you with this wand energy. You're conflicted about pursuing something, but ultimately it's like this conflict forced you to raise your vibe because you had to fight your way out of this situation. And I don't mean fisticuffs. I don't mean punching and kicking and screaming. You had to stand up for yourself. There was a tremendous amount of courage it took to do this, to face this person, to leave this person, to tell off your boss, to quit the job, to leave the familiar. All of a sudden, that's raised your vibes. And I think you come into this like, oh my God, I'm a magician. I'm powerful. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Like, I can create fire. I can create magic. I can create light. That's what this is saying to me. Vibing high. All right, let's throw you a universe card and we will close her on up. All right, Pisces, I like this. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what resonates for you in the comments below. Can we get one universe card for my Pisces friends, please? Something that goes along with this spread for my Pisces friends. The Magician is Gemini and Virgo energy. Five of Wands. Wow, did you see that? It popped right out. Five of Wands is a card of Leo. May have strong Leo in your chart. May have been fighting with a fire sign, possibly. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Courage. Fighting for what you want and believe. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. Should show you this card, really. I like that for you, Pisces. Be brave, be bold. Stand in your truth and go after what it is that your heart is calling you to do. All right, Pisces. Sorry, it's kind of blurry. The lighting is terrible. Let me know what resonates for you in the comments below. Sending all you Pisces my love. Happy Pisces full moon. And I will see you guys very soon for more tarot readings. Bye.